This new global economy has tended to split the haves and the have-nots.
Industrialized countries are producing excessive greenhouse gas into the atmosphere. We in the South are the ones that have to suffer from the consequences of global climate change and natural disasters.
If we take into account gold, silver, all the natural resources that were stolen from our countries during the whole colonial period, we can ask the question, who owns who?
We are all enslaved by the global economy that we live in the context of. As people of faith, we need to hold up that there is a God of justice that calls for a very different way of ordering our world.
We are living in a privileged time. So many developments from the new economy and new technology that are of potential benefit to all of humanity. But if we're honest, we also recognize that the gap between the haves and the have-nots is only growing. Globalization is an idea that's talked about a lot today, but in fact it's been looked at primarily as an economic construct, the bringing together of markets around the world and the bringing down of boundaries. In fact, when we look at the functioning of globalization with things like the heavy debt burden that the most impoverished countries are carrying on their shoulders, we're beginning to recognize that globalization is not simply an economic issue, but one that also requires our ethical imagination.
Cancel third world debt is humanity's global cause.
What do we want? Cancel the debt! When do we want it? Now! Do we owe? No! Will we pay? No! Can we pay? No!
Foreign debt has a devastating impact on the majority of the world's poorest countries. Onerous debt payments effectively prevent governments from investing in their own economies and developing or improving essential services needed by their populations. For every $1 in foreign aid from the North, nearly $7 returns in debt payments. Approximately $485 billion is owed to the wealthy industrialized nations by the world's poorest countries.
If you are spending 35% of public revenue to service debt in a poor country like Tanzania, where do you get the money to pay the civil service, to pay the police, and then have money to improve your education? And one of the easiest things that the rich countries could do for countries like Tanzania is to abolish that debt.